Katsu. Ah, the Shogun's man. Simply chatting won't help matters. But since Ine Kusumoto. I studied Western medicine, and I'm researching a cure for cholera here. Those suffering with the disease cannot be ignored. But I am yet to see much in the way of success. I've been trying to make medicine, but it all turned out to be poison. And a deadly one to boot. It needs to be properly sealed in a container, or poison gas will escape. The anti-shogunate folks heard about it somewhere, and came to ask me how to make it. They're up to no good, and they've been haranguing me in my lab ever since. All of my colleagues were terrified, and ran off. They sent me a threat this morning. They're planning an attack. I have. Countless times. It's because my father, Philip Franz von Siebold, is a Westerner. And the fact that I, his daughter, practice Western medicine is all the more despised. Truly? Okay, please. That's wonderful news. They're planning to strike when the sun sets. The gates are blockaded, so it will take time for them to get in. Which means I'm counting on you.
If you have business, then let's hear it. You have my thanks. Is that so? Farewell.
Hey! Ah, you're here.
Over here.
What is it? Understood. Nothing else for now.
Ah, it's you.
I'm listening. How wonderful. What's that? My father was a smart man, a scholar who even balanced the daimyo's books. How can we hope to catch up with the West when a soldier's son must become a soldier and the retainer's son must walk the same path? When I saw how Western society works, how those with ability are rewarded regardless of their station at birth, I was deeply moved. I want Japan to adopt this principle at all costs. Very well then. That is all. Till next time.
And to be honest, I still have a lot of questions for him. Well, get... Excellent. That's...
Ah, you're here.
So, where are we off to, Katsu? I'm looking forward to this.
I'm afraid my invitation was merely a pretext to ask another favor of you. Mind if we discuss the matter over our meal? Thanks. You can be sure I'll pay you back for this. Everyone good with my usual haunt? Busy as we've been, I haven't eaten there in a while. At long last, the Shogunate fleet's taking shape. Even the crew's beginning to look the part. The hardest part's yet to come, though. And I'll be counting on your help in the days ahead. There's no shortage of those who say the Shogunate can't be trusted. Hence all these divine punishments. Have you heard? People are taking it upon themselves to punish those who deal with foreigners. Damn fools. They ought to try sinking the black ships that started it all.
Ryoma! What are all of you doing here?
Izo? Ah, I didn't realize you were on duty today.
By your confusion, I'll take it you're out of the loop. On Ryoma's recommendation, I've hired Izo as my bodyguard. Speaking of which, where the hell have you been? Well, now that you're here, you can come along for a meal with us.
Well, what do you think, Izo? Katsu has real vision, doesn't he? Bet he taught you a thing or two.
Indeed, he's a great man. You know, he didn't come from money, had no pedigree, but you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone with a mind as shrewd or judgment as keen. And yet he treats everyone as his equal, even lowly people like me. I can't help but feel that if he were to take the reins, the Shogunate would regain his former glory.
Have you lost your mind?
Ryoma, you must help me. Katsu must die, and we must do this right now. Show the guilty, I'll kill you too. The only way to save our country is to bring down the Shogunate. What am I doing?
Why are you doing this, Izo? I thought getting to know Katsu would finally open your eyes!
Your message would get us nowhere. It's a waste of time. My way is the only way. You've taken Master Shoin's legacy and trampled all over it. You'd better pray we don't meet again. Shogunate dogs.
There he goes. Ryoma, for better or worse, Izo sees things in black and white. He's beyond my help. He's convinced that because some officials are responsible for the people's suffering, simply killing the right men in power will fix everything.
So, nothing's changed since we were...
I had a feeling Izo was going to turn on me before long. Well, he's a cautious one. If you or Ryoma seemed even... Sorry, let's do dinner another day.
Izo's got Master Shoin's teachings all wrong. I thought maybe if he talked to Katsu, he'd quickly realize his mistake. Talking to you always makes me feel better. But I just can't look the other way. It's clear we have to do something about Izo. Far too much blood will be spilled if we leave him be.
Hey! You needed to talk to me about... How thoughtful! Sure, speak your mind. Why, it's gotta be grilled eel. That tantalizing aroma, the sweetness of the rich glaze. It's the quintessential Edo dish. Other than that, I can't resist a sweet treat. Like dumplings filled with sweet bean paste and mochi. Oh, but I truly love foreign confections. I don't have them too often, but I tell you, they taste simply out of this world. You know what I thought when I first tried them? We need to whip Japan into shape if we want to measure up to the countries who make those things. And that's when I knew I had to reform the shogunate. If you say so. Is that all? See you then.
I'm listening. How wonderful. That is all. Till next time.
You rounded up any fugitives? Best of luck out there.
Hey, can we go out? Let's find somewhere with a... This seems like a good place to talk. Truth is, I've been getting a lot of cold looks from people lately. I guess I see why. We do have connections with both the anti and pro-shogunate sides. But how can we forge a new Japan if we're bound by social obligation? We're free agents, Ronin, so we need to act like it. They can call me shameless all they want. I've only ever done what I thought was right. It's not easy to shed social ties for ambition's sake. I admire that about you. I really do. It doesn't come easy to me for fear of others' judgment. But you really don't seem concerned in the slightest. You're like a free bird in a big blue sky. So I'm going to keep moving forward, even if people do talk behind my back. Maybe one day I'll be able to take off and fly up there with you. No, wait. If you're a bird, then I get to be a dragon. You'll see me soaring ahead of you one day, I promise.
Let's have a little... No. Later!
What is it? Oh. I dabble in drawing. Indeed, there are few hobbies I devote more attention to. I draw still lifes, mountain landscapes, you name it. From the act of finding a subject to the sound of my pencil against the paper, there's no way to describe the pleasure it gives me. Which reminds me, the Japanese are not yet used to the pencil, are they? I will lend you one sometime. Perhaps you could try drawing something with it. A strong will is essential for winning any conflict. Of course, there are many who think only of crafting deadly weapons. But let's say you had two evenly matched armies. Who do you think would win? Obviously, the side which refused to crack under pressure. Fortunately for Japan, its samurai are made of strong stuff. And you'll hear. I see. If you have work to do, then go.
What can I do for you? I hope we can be of service to you again.
How do you do?
If you have business, I'm well pleased. Is that... That is all. You may go.